I'm a YouTuber, so it's your girl Kelly. As you can see by the back window still, huh? Right there. It's a little bit steamy. No, it's not that steamy. It is raining. It is raining cats and dogs. It's on and off. It's not that bad. But yeah, it's raining here. And I'm in the trifecta of uh, basically West Virginia, Ohio, and Pittsburgh. I don't know if that's kind of something. So probably Wheeling, and then that kind of area. And I'm on my way west, like I said I was. I went to get dressed this morning, and I just didn't want to go out in the rain. I didn't want to get ready in the rain. And sometimes I think we think to ourselves, and I was thinking to myself, why don't you want to get ready in the rain? You love the rain. Go out there and get your butt in the rain. I said, you love the rain. You wait for stuff like this. You have been waiting. You consider yourself a aficionado of a lover of rain and trees. And then here you are, embarked on this quest, and there's plenty of trees, and there's lots of rain, and you're just, hey ho, I don't want to go out in the rain. And I understand why. All last night, no sleep. Total unexpected kind of defeatism, which came and hit me out of left field. But those are the kinds that you can easily pick yourself up from, because you know that that's where they come from. When you're about to embark on something, people tend to bite back. That's what happens. So you have to rescue yourself right back. You have to do what you feel is happy. You have to decide what is going to make you happy, because there'll be times when you toss and turn and you look at the events and you say, oh, am I going to make it? I'm going to go. And it's so nice to meet up with a friend or two, right? So I'm supposed to, or make a new friend. So I'm supposed to be meeting up with a new group of people. And this group of people is supposed to be doing their caravan thing. Now, I'm not staying 2 weeks. I told myself. But if I can get help setting up myself and get there, by the time I get there, I'll know whether or not I can stay 2 weeks, because they're not providing food. They're not providing shelter. Actually, hold up. Yeah, they are. If you bring your own vehicle, they are providing some type of setup and help. And there will be extra people there to kind of help you. I do not have a bed. I do not have that kind of stuff. And for all other stuff, from what I understand, they put it in the middle, just like in the Nomad video, and they try to organize stuff that you will no longer fit in your van, and you can dump that off at one of the recyclable centers, or you can put it out there for someone else to grab. So I've been thinking about making a sheet for my van, which is just a map out of how I would like it to be. I didn't want to buy the high top. It was the place where I looked at it. I've seen people get pretty good deals if it's a thing that something wants to happen there. And I said, I'm not doing it for $3,000. This guy wants $3,000 for the top, just so I can sort of sit on a couch. And I said, I'm not even crawling up on top of the van yet. My knees are they're going to be in for a doozy. Now I have a rug back there, which I don't even want to pretend that is clean. I just took it from my house and pushed it back there with the help of some guys back home. And now I have all my stuff, sans some stuff that I just could not take with me. So I've been really trying to figure out, like, what can I get at the shops and what can I do to make life a little bit more easier. And like I ended up buying a jacket not too long ago, which is perfect for this weather. And I actually ended up putting it in the back, and now I cannot find it. So it's not a house, but it feels like a house sometimes because I'm like, oh, I can't find it. And then I looked over into the very back and I'm like, oh gosh, it must be there because I can see a shirt. So what happened was he pushed when the donation truck person helped me, and they helped me tremendously. I got no complaints. Just some of the clothes that I need, extra clothes for now, got shuffled to the back, and that jacket's back there too. So Mama doesn't want to go to a store. Mama wants to shop her winter wardrobe, and I have a box which contains my winter wardrobe. So I've been looking at the types of things I want for my winter wardrobe. I have the socks I bought. I bought socks. Now for every man out there, I'm telling you, there's a woman who will steal your socks. And I would be that woman. I absolutely love a sock. So in rain, when it's a little bit chilly, if I don't know what it is, but putting on a pair of socks, dry socks, is just heavenly. And then having a small cup of tea. You know I ain't right. And so I was just like, oh, I totally want to. There was stuff I wanted to get rid of. And then it turns out, like, here I am. There's a jacket I wanted to get at Cabela's because it just goes over you. But then I was like, oh, well, don't worry about it because it got hot, like, outside. But then it gets cool. But then it goes hot. Cool. And so we're in the van, and I'm going like, okay, I don't want to turn off this circulating air, but I'm going to keep on a little bit and just turn it a little bit and hope the windows don't steam up too much. So that's the problem with a little bit of chatter, is we kind of sort of create just a loophole in the system. So I'm going to try to see if I can keep the steam off the windows from my voice. So that's what we're managing on rainy days, on foggy days. I drove through the fog last night. It was hell on earth. I have to tell you, I didn't want to drive, but my mind seemed to be all aghast. And I'm not sure what it was, but I think it was, I went to the bay. I went to the bay, and I still was kind of undecided about, like, getting this boat and stuff. And I said, you have to wait because you need to wait and feel secure, because that's what is really happening here. It's not that you couldn't afford this one or that one or the other or this one. It's just that you have to feel secure. And if that security, costs me, like, say between the time I get from here to going west, if that security costs me about, my average cost, which I'm hoping will be somewhere around, I'm hoping it'll be somewhere around, for the trip, I won't spend more than 18 for the month of September. And the reason is because I have to pay a huge bill this month. And I don't want to have that debt, leveraging and creating headaches later on. So I wanted to keep a fairly quiet profile. And then I said it would probably be $1,800 to $2,000 because of the gas and the food. So we just ate, and plucky comic relief. I'm not actually hungry. I'm longing for, like, in weather like this, I'm longing to just have a cup of tea. That's it. And so that's it. So I don't think it's anything major going on. If I do head out, it's 5 hours to the space that I wanted to go to. And it's not too bad. So we'll see that it's a different type of area. And I'll be very honest with you. I'm kind of scared because I haven't been to this area since I was a little girl. And so I just, and you know, of course I wasn't driving, but that's what it's like. I have kind of memories. It's kind of weird. I was sent out early and by myself, and then I was joined by my parents. So, different type of citizen for myself. So this was them giving me like a little bit more responsibility when it came to traveling. So I was about like 13, and they were just like, go on a train for 14 hours, 19 hours. We'll drive and catch up with you later. So that was, I would say I have mixed feelings about doing that right now, but I don't know, there were a lot of people who, you know, I don't want to make it seem awkward, but yeah, there were a lot of people who were just like a guy who would just sit down and be like, hey, let's have a conversation. I'm like, no. By the end of it, because I was in the open area seating, like, you know, when you're on Metro bus or something, and there's that open area so you can face the other person, and then there's the seats that face this way. So just by the time I realized I was not going to be able to read any of my book without being interrupted by people who were drawn to 13-year-old. Just about every guy who got on the train. Not gonna lie to you. I'm not that attractive now, but I used to be very attractive as a 13-year-old. Apparently. I don't even remember what I looked like. But well, you're 13. You're attracted to every man. So I just I went to sit in one of the other seats where you just had to face in the direction, and that worked out. People didn't bother me as much. And when they came to sit down by me, I was like, the whole train is empty. No. So I kind of kept myself busy, and then I got to finish a little bit of the book and kind of take a nap. So people stopped bothering me. So it was not so bad. So I would always say, you know, look, if you are going to travel and you have to travel alone, at least keep your wits about you, and stay either with, you know, try to sit with, you know, like minded, or sit in the direction especially if it's very empty. And that was it. So I'm not going to have any problem today. People aren't going to bother me today. So my whole thing was just, you know, trying to make it there on time and be there. So I felt a little bit better. The dog is awake, cleaning himself. He's doing really, really well. And just make sure. Hi, Stink Man. Oi, oi. Rotten butt. Oh God. So he is amazing. And anyway, So I decided today, through the rain, that it's better that we get a little bit further away. This was horrible, pretty horrible. So I am thinking of I'm thinking, stay within the budget, see how things go. If we can get this month under 15, that would be a miracle, because the cost of gas goes actually up when you're going west. Just a little bit more, I saw. But it was relatively the same, like mostly relatively the same. But when I got to that place, I was really surprised. I was like, no wonder people are suffering. So that was, the thing. So we got in 3 hours yesterday, but I was so attacked that by just the things of life, and I have to say, I was driving for what seemed like 9 hours. But I only made it like 3 hours away, it felt like. So, but then I looked and I realized I didn't actually drive for 3 hours. I actually drove longer. What happened was I reset the location point, and that's what changed it. So the last time I drove, I was actually 3 hours away. And it just occurred to me just now. I was like, that makes no sense. How could this be? How can I have only driven 1 hour? Because I kept resetting the location, a starting location. That's why. So anyway, it should be good now. I'm going to go back to the original location and put that in and just see. It still might be the same amount, but we'll see. And if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. And if it turns out that, yes, yesterday was a doozy because it was rain, and then it was off and on, and then it was fog, and I was going up a lot of mountain. So I just have to see. Now, today is supposed to rain 100%. So to me, getting out there is the best thing to do, because I'm hoping that it won't be as crowded, and I'm hoping there won't be as many accidents. But there might be a few. But I think if I get out there, it'll give me a lot of driving skill and confidence. And then we just have a little bit to do after that. I'm not meant to be a leader in my own right, going through all of this by myself. What I feel is that when you're the director and captain of your ship, you have to know your ship pretty well. So we have a couple of things to do from our chore list, which I want to keep that going, which is just drop off the trash. I'm still trying to decide whether or not I want to get the archery set, which I do, but there isn't a lot of room for it. And I don't know what's going to happen when I go out to my first group setup in October. And so, do I really need an archery set? It's kind of a want. I'll just put that out there. Nice stinker. So, and that's it. And then we'll see how it goes. I am kind of looking at my life like, oh God, what did I do? What can I do? What have I done? What have I done? But I have to say, yesterday I stopped at this place. It was a little bit on the expensive side, but the green beans, oh my goodness, whew, those green beans. I didn't even have a fork by the time I got to eat them. And it was such a rough night. The cup was just rolling down between the seat legs. And I was And I said, oh my God. I opened that thing up and it had these chunks of like pork or like beef or whatever, seasoned so well, just cut up. I think it may have been what is that stuff? The bacon, the thick bacon. I forget what you call it. I don't know why I'm losing my mind. I can't remember it. But I think it's pancetta. And so it was very good. It was very delicious. And they had done it so well. And I took one bite of the pancetta, which was just phenomenal. And then I had the greens, and you would have thought I was eating dessert. This is me, and this is green food, and I was just like, I was like, I was like, and when it was done, I had that look of surprise, like, where's the more? Like, here I am in my, and for me, that's a big deal. I was like, oh my God, it is so good. So my job is, somebody told me about a silent retreat or stuff like that. So my job is to at least spend a couple of hours silent. It hurts. I don't want to do it. I don't even know if I can do it. But I talk to myself all the time. I don't know if I want to be able to do it. So we're about to explore. And make it happen. And then it's really something because there's such a purest reason behind it. My well-being. So to have this is pretty cool. And this being, how old am I? Look. Yeah. So, yeah, it's really harsh. Harsh. So, I am thinking about that. And so, I don't know if we'll be doing a video on me. We might be doing just a scenic overlook video. That's all I have for now. So, have a good day. Take care of yourself. And bravo. You made it to the second day of the business week. My goodness gracious. And take care of yourself. Bye. I get sick. Come here. Max. Chicken foot right there. Okay. All right. So we'll clean up.